every day almost. Do you have to clean chicken coops every other day?
Well,
what does that mean anyway? Cleaning a chicken coop.
Cleaning their poop.
So you have discipline in.
So let me break it all down for you. I ain't never giving up. I ain't never giving up. I'm taking that crown from you. I ain't worried about you. I ain't never. So let me break it all down for you. I ain't never giving up. I ain't never giving up. I'm taking that crown from you. I ain't worried about.
Welcome to a new episode of Breaking the Cycle podcast. Let's get into it today, folks. Our 3 viewers, our 2 dogs, and our mother. Today we are going to be starting a new series called DCAF, which is an acronym for 5 different words. And we're going to be going over 5 different episodes discussing which each word means to us, and today we're going to be going over D, which is discipline.
What does the DCAF stand for? What's it all stand for, real quick?
Discipline, energy, confidence, action, freak.
Freak. So today we're doing...
Favorite one.
Today we're doing what?
Today we're doing discipline.
Discipline.
The D of DCAF.
All right, let's do it. Let's jump into it.
Breaking the Cycle is a podcast on how to be a positive male role model and lead your freak family by changing the trajectory of your family tree so that you become the type of man your son would want to become and the type of man your daughter would one day want to marry. These are the types of conversations you should be having with your kids so that they can learn to think for themselves and are not afraid to be themselves. So when they eventually are confronted with these life situations, they are not mind blown, they are not in shock, and I have an idea on how to approach it. So let's get into it, guys.
Let's
start off with the starting joke.
Oh, God. I gave up on those. The AI does not have much I left. The jokes it gave was horrible. I was trying to find jokes on discipline. It was like they were so stupid.
Discipline jokes?
Like, I don't know. I thought they would. It's AI. I figured I could come up with something. It was so dumb.
Now.
It was so dumb.
All right.
What's AS?
I don't know.
Artificial stupid? Is that what you're saying?
No, the second one.
Artificial stupid.
No, the second one. Second word the second S word that I'm not allowed to say.
Artificial shit?
Yeah.
Jeez.
What are the strongest days of the week?
Strongest days of the week. Let's think. Let me think. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. I could just say Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And some point I gave you the answer because I said all the days of the week. Technically, I gave the answer. But no, let me get a real answer. Get your finger away from that button, girl, because I know you're trying to give me the buzzer for missing out. That's messed up. That is messed up. Gary, give me a hint, quick. Give me a hint. We got to keep things rolling here.
There's 2 different types. You know how there's like 2 different types of sections of the week? 2 different types of days.
Weekends and weekdays.
Yeah.
So weekend.
Continue.
Weekend.
No. Continue.
I don't know what.
All right. Saturday and Sunday, the others are weekdays.
Technically, I said that. I said weekends, and I said all the days of the week.
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday,
exactly.
Saturday, Sunday.
All right, no points for me. I'm a failure. I'm a failure to my family.
0.
All right, so let's get into discipline. Let's start off. Midge, what is discipline mean to you? What is just you hear discipline? What do you think of?
Well, to me, discipline means to do all the things you need to do. So when you want to buy something or do something fun, you trust yourself because you know you're going to do what you need to do.
Sorry to interrupt you and all.
Yes.
But what the hell does shopping have to do with discipline? You said discipline has to do with something. So you want to buy something. What does Jocko say, Tyson? You read Jocko's books.
He says, Jocko Willink says, discipline equals freedom.
And Midge says...
By the way, we are not sponsored by Jocko Willink, but although we would like to be.
And Midge says, discipline equals...
How could you speak?
And Midge says, discipline equals shopping. How does discipline turn to shopping? I'm confused. You've been hanging around your mother too much, haven't you?
Well, she's my mother.
Are you gonna get all the goops and the high heels and dresses and all the goops and makeup that she gets? No. Are you gonna wear, Midge, when you get older? Are you into like all that stuff? I don't even know. Are you into like the high heels and dresses and makeup? Are you ever gonna wear makeup? No.
I don't know.
Oh, there's a chance. Then you said I don't know. You're cracking
Like an egg.
All right. So discipline, Tyson. What's discipline
But
to you?
I'm not fat, so I'm not the yogurt.
Let's keep rolling. All right. So discipline. What's it to you?
So discipline to me means having like some sort of freedom, whether it's physically, emotionally, mentally, like some sort of freedom that you get from doing things that you're not told to do, and staying on top of things, having a checklist that everything gets done on, and just being disciplined emotionally, mentally, physically, and faithfully.
When you were saying staying on top of things, before you said on top of things, when you said staying, I thought you were about to say staying up late.
Staying up late is discipline.
And also,
technically, when we get to some mine, you know what's crazy? Or is that no? That's next one. Sorry, I'm wrong. Never mind. Energy is the next one. I have my energy. All of my energy, like personal examples and stories.
Could be discipline too?
No, well, it can be. Actually, yeah, that's true too. It has to do with staying up late. Like all of them. It's freaking nuts.
Same with me.
Energy basically mean, and we're going to get that next episode, not even this one, but it made me think of it. Energy means staying up late. Technically, all of my stories have no sleep.
Well, that's
it's crazy.
Not the
all right.
only thing that energy is.
And wait, hold on. Before we continue, I searched up the Google definition of what does it mean to be like a disciplined person, and it said, discipline is the quality of being able to behave and work in a controlled way which involves obeying particular rules or standards. It was that image of calm, control, and discipline that appealed to millions of voters. That's just what its answer said.
Like, when it makes an example.
It gives you a way to use the word, like an example of the word. All right, so discipline. Miz, give me a story, a personal story of yours that has to do, that's a microphone, not a snow cone. Something that has to do with discipline. You have any story of discipline of yourself, a personal story?
Surprisingly, actually, yes.
Surprisingly. Actually, yes. What do you mean surprisingly? You are known for your impeccable discipline in all areas of life. That deserved something.
I don't
know which ones are which. Midge knows all the ones.
I know, I don't.
There's no one to really...
All right, let's go. So what's your story of discipline? That could be. What's your story of discipline?
So my story of discipline, we have this neighbor, not saying any names, because, we don't say names on the show.
What's the point of saying not saying names anyway? Because it's not like you're not snitching on something. But all right, neighbor.
Just not saying any names.
Neighbor?
So she has a chicken coop in her backyard. And basically for like almost 2 or 3 months, I was going there almost every other day to go there, clean her chicken coop, let the chickens out, feed them, give them water,
So you were going there every day almost. Do you have to clean chicken coops every other day?
Well,
what does that mean anyway, cleaning a chicken coop?
Cleaning their poop.
So you have discipline in crap removal. And you enjoyed that?
Well, I didn't enjoy that part, but I enjoyed being with the chickens.
But hold on.
You hesitated. You hesitated on that answer.
I liked being with her. I liked being with the chickens, and I liked helping our neighbor. Helping her.
Which meant cleaning up chicken crap. And so but here's the part that really gets me. What's cleaner, the chicken coop or your bedroom?
That's a hard one.
That is sad that it's a hard question. So you go and clean shit out of a chicken coop, but not even your own dresser. That's what you're telling me. And you enjoy it. All right. Now, if only we could do that same discipline up in the bedroom, can we get a deal on that? Oh, wow. You actually made the deal.
Many deals
on camera.
Many deals have been made on camera.
No, once it's on camera, that's like a contract.
A couple episodes ago, we said we were going to get some chickens of our own, and that's to be continued.
No, we said chickens by February.
Oh, we did? I don't even remember that. All right.
Yeah, we did.
All right, so that's a quick one of yours. You and if you don't go take care of those chickens, is that also feeding them, or is that just cleaning up after them? Do they have food? Like, how do you feed chickens?
So you could...
What happens if you don't do what you did? Would they die? Would they get sick? Would they be miserable? Would they be uncomfortable? What happens if you just left chickens in a coop for a month? What would happen?
There's this thing called bumblefoot that chickens can get. So if they're walking in their own poop, and
All right,
stuff,
enough. All right, it's nasty.
they
All right.
can get infected. If you don't feed them, they'll just get food deprived. And,
Obviously.
Yeah, and once you give them food, then they're going to eat all of it up, and they're going to use up your own supply.
So how often do you get? So they won't keep food there. If it's there, they're going to eat it all.
Well, only if they're deprived from it.
And then they're walking around their own shit, and they get what's it called?
Bumblefoot. So if
Is
you
that actually the name?
Bumblefoot?
Bumblefoot?
Yeah.
I've never heard of Bumblefoot. That is. So you're actually helping them, keeping them healthy, and taking care of them. That's pretty cool. All right, Tyson, give me an example of your own discipline.
So an example of my own discipline is a little bit over a year and a half ago. You and me, we decided that we were going to train for a year straight without taking any days off. So last year in January 2022, we decided that we were going to just train for 365 days straight, no rest days, none of the workouts are the same, and we finished the year, all 365 days, and we just kept going. And today we have done 613 days of working out straight, no rest days, and none of the workouts are the same.
And when do you plan on breaking that streak?
Probably when I die.
Oh, wow.
Unless he gets like a hernia and he's injured or something. But then remember you said you got a hernia and you were doing like
I'll still be working out. I have to get a hernia surgery coming up in a couple months. I'll still be working out every freaking day.
You have a hernia?
Yeah.
Yes, he's had one for
like a month and a half.
I knew that you... But it's an actual hernia? I knew
Yes.
Oh my God.
It's not a fake. What is it? An inactual one.
No, but I mean like...
You have to speak.
I mean like not an inactual one.
Look, the microphone is there. If you look over here, no longer in the microphone. Or here is nothing. Here, right here. Look. See how the difference that sounds? See that voice of mine?
Yes.
All right, let's keep rolling. Let's keep rolling. Keep this thing flowing.
let's keep
Hernia,
rolling.
yes. Still work out. All right. Surprisingly enough. All right, I have several stories. I'm going to choose this one. Kind of is discipline. To me, it's discipline. And we could talk about, there's a story I tell about shoes in the house. There's stories about discipline. I talk about like these ass clients that we've had in the gym that cause trouble. We're not even going to talk about those. I'm going to choose this one because it's actually kind of connected to midges.
Shoes?
No shit. So Tyson's is the only one that's the boring one that doesn't include crap. Mine actually is very, very.
So I guess mine was boring.
Yes. Boo. Can we get a boo for him or something?
That does not.
Well, your
not
story
deserve-
doesn't involve crap.
Yeah, that's a shame.
Everyone.
Mine is
Listen,
the best story, though.
Listen, energy,
That's a
we've
shame.
established energy has to do with not staying up late.
Okay, I've done that one.
Discipline now has to do with crap. Think about it. Not crapping yourself. That's a discipline.
No, since
But here it
discipline
is, here
equals
it is.
shopping and crap, then shopping for crap. Got it.
This show has gone completely downhill. I can't imagine why we have no followers or whatever they're called. All right. So mine is when we first got the RV, we went on an RV trip. Our very first RV trip, we were going to Texas and we weren't even there yet. And well, first,
We were in New Mexico, by the way.
I crashed the roof of the thing after this incident. First, I'm
We're
talking
not
about this.
saying where.
I crashed the roof of the thing a week after we bought it and trashed it like $20,000 worth of damage. And then, well, that's discipline right there. Think about it. You just bought an RV. It's an expensive freaking thing. Your first trip going in the RV and you crash and crush in the whole roof of it. Most people would freak the hell out. All I did is kind of brushed off the dirt, laughed it off.
We actually, there
Got
was a gas
some-
station right in front of there, and we bought a broomstick and a tarp.
Well, I had tarp already. I had tarp and duct
Oh
tape.
yeah, we already had tarp.
We had tarp and duct tape.
And remember how
the
there was
Gorilla
like a
tape.
huge storm coming our way too?
There was a huge storm coming our way, so we could have freaked out. We could have just said, all right, we're turning around. We're just going home. We still stayed on the road another like 10 days after that. That was just the beginning of the trip. So we still stayed on the road and didn't ruin the whole trip. That's discipline, to hold the line, not crumble under the pressure. Oh, so you crushed it's a chunk of metal on wheels. It's a freaking RV. No one died. No one is injured. No one is sick. Everyone is healthy. We put some tarp on there and duct taped it and kept going. But that's not my story. Just made me think of it. But that is discipline also. The day before that, at our first checkpoint ever, our first stop ever.
Yay.
That we are hooking up the RV. You're going to get the electrical, and it was so hot outside, and we're going to get nice air conditioning.
AC.
And the RV has a shower, has a bathroom. We don't know jack shit about RV. All we did is watch a few videos on YouTube of some chunky dude that would skip around the thing and go and tell you about the RV. So we didn't know how to do anything. We had to change out the tanks.
The epic moment is coming.
If any listeners out there know what a black tank is in an RV, Mitch, tell us what a black tank is in the RV, since you're the expert in this field, apparently.
That's where all the crap is stored.
Oh my God. So there's a 27, is it 27 or 31 gallon?
I'm pretty sure it's either 27 or 31.
I understand that. I asked you, is it 27 or 31? And the expert comes in with, it's either 27 or 31. So this is a 27.
I think it's 31.
It's a 27 or 31 gallon tank that when you flush the toilet bowl, all your water and waste and crap goes into this tank. Now, apparently, like when you release the valve or whatever, that you put the plug in, blah, 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 nothing's supposed to come out until you hit the release. Our release apparently was defective when we bought it, because the second you opened up the thing, 27 gallons of our family's shit water poured all over me, like forcefully, exploded all over me. Like, have you seen that movie? What was the movie?
I don't know.
We watched it right after it, and it happened. The exact same thing happened. And he crashed the RV too in the same thing. I think it was called RV.
Oh, yeah, it was called RV.
That was a hard one to remember. The black tank, all the shit water splashed all over me on our very first time ever pulling into a station. Now this was all over the ground where we have to stay for the next day and for the night.
And we were like, let's not tell anybody.
Yeah, it wasn't
dry up overnight.
It wasn't hard for them to. You just snitched on us, first of all.
I don't think we can have you on the show anymore.
I know.
I think
snitches end up in ditches.
I think we're done.
We will never be allowed back in that park. I think we actually went back to that park next time we went.
Tyson
to that
Eckert
area.
and Steve Eckert show.
So that's discipline. To have all that on you, and all I did is laughed it off,
Shrug it off.
cleaned myself up a bit, and figured out what I did wrong. Went on Amazon. We actually went on Amazon right then and ordered a part for them to send it to a 7-Eleven. 7-Eleven has these lockers to get this extra safety valve that we kept on it. So we went and got the thing fixed, but then we added an extra layer of security to make sure that that never happens again. So we have 2 layers of against that happening. That to me is discipline, to not freak out. Like, to me, discipline is controlling yourself, not freaking out
Emotionally.
under the pressure, or when shit doesn't go your way, or when you have 2 little kids that are causing technical difficulties to record an episode
I wonder
of a podcast. All right, so that was my story for discipline, and so that's pretty freaking weird that 2 of the 3 stories for discipline involve crap. I thought that was an interesting little fact. You guys have any other stories on discipline?
Yeah, I have
Wait, before we do that, let's switch gears for a second.
Yes.
Wait, first, who wants a joke?
Oh God, I didn't do very well in the first one. I kind of had I'm going to Johnny Cochran that first joke, and we're going to take that one to
It's too late. It's too late. The button was clicked. You failed.
Oof, that was harsh. All right, what we got?
Why do bees have sticky hair?
Oh my God.
Why do bees have sticky hair? Is that what you said? Can you say it one more time clear? Because you were a little off center on the mic.
Stalker.
Get your lips off the microphone.
Stalker?
Do you know?
You're a stalker.
Stalker's like someone that's peeking through your windows or following you around town. Stalker's like those creeps in the white vans that are trying to snatch up little kids. You just call me a stalker.
Staller.
Jeez. All right, say now I'm all confused. I'm thinking about the dude in the white van that is like following you around.
Staller.
All right, say it one more time.
Why do
slow, because you're not like centered on the microphone. I can't hear you clearly. What is it?
Why do bees have sticky hair?
I think this is the cheesiest joke that's ever been on the channel.
Glue.
Where's the countdown?
Glue, honey, bee, sticky, goo. Anything? Am I on to anything? Honeybee, combs, honeycomb.
Ding, ding, ding.
I really want to click the button.
I didn't even know that's an answer. I was just throwing words out there. That's the answer. I don't even get it.
Cause sticky hair.
Oh, hair, honeycomb. So I got it right on accident. I was just throwing words out there, and the word happened to be an answer. I didn't even understand why that was the answer.
One you will never get it. You're not.
All right, so let's shift gears on that discipline for a second. Let's go on the flip side. What is an area? I'm gonna start with you, Tyson. You don't know you don't know these questions. You knew we were talking about discipline. You knew to probably have some stories out, but you didn't know this question was coming. What's an area
that I don't have discipline
that you need right now better discipline in, or that you lack discipline, or that you want discipline, better yourself, or a new discipline that you want to work on for you personally?
Exactly.
And while he's doing this, you better start thinking for you. You better be listening to his, but thinking about your own.
Procrastination. I realized for the past couple weeks that
you didn't procrastinate on that answer. You knew that one real quick.
I just push things off.
Yeah, like the hook for this freaking show that we need to get done. You wait that we have 2 weeks to get the hook in, and it gets to them the night before.
Gets to who?
The team to get edited.
Not saying any name.
Procrastination. That is actually a good one where you need more discipline in what? So what does that mean? You need more discipline in what?
Staying on top of things and getting things done when they're supposed to happen.
So your problem is, you know why certain procrastination people you know why you procrastinate?
Why?
Well, it's because you don't pay it. Like, you could have a better attention to detail. You can say all that stuff, whatever. It's you just know, like, all right, you could handle it the last second under pressure, but then that makes it not fair to the other people that are waiting on that stuff to get to you, because you know that you'll get it done no matter what. So it's like, take the garbage out right now. No, I'll just do it in the morning. But you have to work out in the morning. You have to do this and this in the morning. All right, but you still know you're going to get it done. So it's like, all right, you have too much. It's almost like an overconfidence in yourself to get so much done. And so it's like, you could just push it off.
It's not like an ego.
Push it off.
Oh, it's not an ego, but it's like overconfidence without the ego.
Pretty much makes sense to me. All right, Midge, how about you? What is an area where you either lack discipline or you want more discipline?
Can I say like a story for when this happened, or
just an area right now that you want more discipline in? Doesn't really not necessarily
working
a story.
Out. Because I can be very disciplined in working out, but it's hard for me to be consistent with it. I can get a really good streak in, but then sometimes I can't do it.
And you would work
Usually
out.
The times where I mess up is the days we go to the gym, because we're there for like a few hours. And on Wednesdays, like today, we record on Wednesdays. After you guys go to the gym, today we stayed home though, and me and my mom worked out at home. But usually if we go to the gym on Wednesdays, right after, us three have our meeting and then we record. So I don't really have time after that because it's usually really late. By then we're already eating dinner, we're reading and stuff. So
forgot our timer again. So working out. And the thing is, if you worked out, you have the most natural, well, there's no point now, we didn't start in the beginning. You have the most natural athletic ability. If you worked out, you would run circles around all of us. If you would, like, we're as disciplined as us. Like, we have to. We have no choice to, or else we will suck. I'll be a weak, flimsy
at
little
chicken
legs. He would be like a walking behemoth. SpongeBob. Like, we would be, we'd have no hope.
I'm a behemoth of muscle.
So working out, being consistent with your workouts. Why do you think you're not consistent with your workouts?
Because I don't have discipline.
I know, but why? Like, what? There's always something further behind it. Like I think the reason why he procrastinates is because he thinks, oh, it's so easy. I got this. I could just do it whenever and I'll get it done. And then it falls and then it always gets done in crunch time with like 3 or 4 reminders, but then it gets done. So he has like that overconfidence in a little bit. What do you think is a reason?
I don't necessarily like working out.
Are you even American? Are you even an Eckert?
Okay.
Are you even a freak?
Okay, the fact that you said, are you even an American? I was confused for a second.
Yeah, actually 70% of Americans are overweight.
Let me check what percent of America works out.
But I bet that's actually a interesting statistic.
They could be.
Because we know, 70%, they say 70% of Americans are overweight and then 40% or something like that are obese. So I wonder what percent work out. I bet you it's lower than that. So people are still overweight even though they're working. You know what I mean? It's not going to be 70%, 30% probably not working out. Just what's taking so long?
Okay.
It is hard to probably judge, get the real accurate numbers, but what does it say?
In America, I think in America, it doesn't exactly say.
All right, what?
It says less than 5% of adults participate in 30 minutes of physical activity each day. Only 1 in 3 adults receive the recommended amount of physical activity each week.
But what was the first one you said? 5%?
Less than 5%.
Then how is that 1 in 3? 1 in 3 would be 30%.
I know.
Oh, the recommended who knows? The recommended is probably like sneeze and walk around the block is the recommended. So yeah, that's some weird numbers. All right, let's get back on discipline. So we have some areas that we are going to lack in this. So how are you going to commit to getting more discipline with your procrastination? And how are you going to commit to getting more discipline with your workouts?
For me, I know it's so much more simpler to say than to get done, but probably pushing off the fun stuff instead and doing things that need to get done then and now.
Amazing. You want the reward before you do the work. You got to do the work, then reward. Also, to make it an actual commitment is probably to say, all right, now I'm going to get something done on time. I'm going to get something done early. Like if I know I have a problem procrastinating, or if I'm not getting these hooks in for this thing, if I have 3 episodes, why don't I go get all 3 done a week ahead of time that we only need 1? Now I'm good for like a few weeks. That's how you really overcome
but then
it. Like,
the next week you do the next 3.
But you know what he would do? If he did 3, say it was 3 and we did 1 every week, he would wait. The next one would be horrible. It would never get through. Because see, now he would be so overconfident. Oh, I don't need to do that for a month now.
6 weeks.
He would never, well, I would said just make it easy math. Yeah. He would never go near that thing for so long. He would totally forget it even existed as a job. Like, oh my God. But that's the way to do it. Get it done early. Like over commit it. Get it done. Even sooner than
I've been getting better in some things. Like doing your supplements, for example, I used to push that off like a lot before, but now I'm getting a little bit better. So, Midge, you may continue.
The way I will commit to working out, I think, so today, Wednesday, is a day that we usually go to the gym. And today, Mommy's decided to stay home with me. And she said, if you do this full workout entirely, like 100%, not even 0.1% off, then I'll stay with you on Wednesday so you can work out. So I think that gives me like an easier schedule so I can actually work out on Wednesdays, but then on Mondays we go. So I think staying home on Wednesdays would
it's an extra day. That'll give you one more day of solid
But
training.
Usually on Mondays.
What about the other days that we're all home and working out together?
Those days I will work.
All right. I like it. Don't forget, you're live here. This is a contract. And the way contracts get broken out here is
for Mondays, after we get home from the gym, we usually roughly get home at the same times. On Mondays, we don't have meetings and we don't record BTC on Mondays.
Yes, we do have meetings.
Well, we do, but not the 3 of us right after we get home from the gym. So usually on Mondays, I have that time to go and work out, even after we get home from the gym around lunchtime, 12.
All right, so give me another example of your discipline, Mitch. What else you got? Anything else? Do you have any other stories? I thought you said you had another story before. Or did you say it?
No.
You said you tell it in a story.
No, I said I had.
No, she was talking about something. She said, can I tell it in a story? I thought you had something else.
Oh, how she needs to get
a story of how I didn't have discipline.
I know, but didn't you have you don't have a story? I just thought you had something you wanted to still add. All right, Tyson, any other story of discipline? A quick one?
Yes, I have 2 fairly quick
ones. A quick
ones.
one. We'll just get one of them. Pick one.
All right.
Preferably one that involves poop. This is the poop episode.
I don't have anything like that.
The thumbnail for this episode is going to have like the emoji of the pile of crap.
No. Let's make it put a real picture. The emoji is like some people think, oh, the poop emoji's so cute.
I forget who it was. They tried to say they didn't know that was the poop emoji and said he would like. Cream. He said he thought it was a Hershey's Kiss, and since his daughter I forget who the hell said it. His daughter likes Hershey Kisses, so he'd always send that as an emoji, and then she's like, "You're sending me a pile of shit." He said, "Oh, I thought it was just joking. He really he couldn't think it was a Hershey Kiss. Come on."
All right. So
quick story, quick.
So at the beginning of this year, January 9th, so the dogs we had like this broom that Mommy Midge just got. So we got this like weird like old style broom, and it's outside sitting like right in front of our house, and the dogs chewed it. And I decided to argue that I shouldn't pay for it since I let the dogs out, and I kept arguing, and I ended up getting in trouble for that.
Oh, this is bringing back flashbacks. I remember this day. We were about to go out into the street and fist fight. I remember the day.
Yes, the day.
The day.
So
Actually,
then
the day
January
was
10th,
yesterday.
this was on Saturday. January 10th, Sunday comes around and we're having our weekly meeting. And you have the brilliant idea to start the daily discipline challenge.
Because I am a...
Cool that.
Oh, I wasn't going to say that. I was going to say just rational man.
Male.
And you utilize stuff very well.
Utilize and weaponize it. So we took a bad situation and said, all right, let's turn this into something different. So we created a daily discipline challenge where you had a habit challenge where you had these different habits you had to do every day.
That's
and if
the
you did
story
it,
where I didn't have discipline.
what were you going to get? What were you going to get if you finished that challenge?
Chicken.
Chickens. And what were you going to get if you finished the challenge?
Snake. And I did finish the challenge.
And did you get snake?
Fast forward 21 days, I finished the challenge.
Finished the challenge. Snake got imported. A box comes in.
The snake.
Overnight shipping from Florida.
Did you know that the snake actually came in 20 days after the challenge? It came like February 20th or something.
Well, because by the time we ordered it and got the right kind that we wanted to get and whatever else.
No. It's Florida. It's Florida, not Florida.
Florida.
It's Florida.
Florida? That's
planning.
a floor right there.
I was planning on getting just like a $50 like a regular just ball python for $50. And let's say I got a little bit carried away with the snake price.
And then they send it in from Florida, and it's just in a box that just says live animal, and then inside there's a bag with some heating pad thing and a bag
it's
tied in, and you
just
open up the
snake.
bag, it's just a snake just looking up at you like that, like with the venom and all this. And what's his name?
Venom.
And
We believe it's a.
you don't even know if it's
a her.
boy or a girl yet. So you got that out of discipline challenge. All right. You know one that I just came up with that I've added just today to my thought that I forgot about? This doesn't have crap involved, but it almost has crap involved from crapping your pants. Recently at the airport, I was at an airport in New York City coming home back to
All of
California.
us. I want to leave.
Coming back to the airport, and let's just say we were in New York and we were doing some training exercises, some self-defense training, some weapons training. We travel around and we do lots of different cool events and stuff. So we happened to doing some training. And it seems that someone had a carry-on bag. Not saying names. This is a time we're definitely not saying names because we're not any snitches end up in ditches. Someone had a carry-on bag that happened to not only have something that can't go in the
Airport.
It can't go in your carry-on bag. It can't even go in your check-in bag. It can't even go on you at all, except when you're training. And this thing was brought in a carry-on bag, going through the metal detector, and the guy, and we're not going to talk about the details of everything, whatever. And let's just say, luckily, that the NYPD and the Port Authority Police in New York, New Jersey are freaking awesome dudes because, and did you see how that was handled? I took full responsibility for it. It was from a training thing we accidentally left in one of the bags. And they were ready to take me to jail. You know, I've been to jail once before from an airport from a pocket knife. They arrested me, handcuffed me, missed my flight. The very first time.
Sergeant was mean.
The first time I was supposed to get a first class flight.
That's gotta suck.
Going to an event in California where we lived in New York.
Gotta suck.
Missed the flight, got arrested. They handcuffed me, brought me over a little pocket knife that I left in the thing. And this time was much worse than that. Luckily, it didn't turn out that way, but I was already ready to go to jail. I was ready to figure that was happening. I'm going to get arrested. And we just had to stay calm. And to me, that's discipline. That's when you really show discipline in the world, like staying calm. Imagine if I was like arguing with the cops, no, it's not mine. Oh, you guys are just out to get me and this and that, arguing. I don't know how I got, like, whatever. Just staying calm, explaining the situation, being professional, being friendly, polite. That's discipline. And look what it does. Discipline. What did Jocko say?
Discipline equals freedom.
It literally
Going to jail.
It literally led to freedom because I was going.
That has to be the hook.
I was going to freaking jail.
That has to be hook.
But then it just sounds like you're just biting off of something off of Jocko. But yeah, I was literally going to jail in front of my kids.
I was literally going to jail in front of my kids. That's
In front
I
of my
was
kids.
gonna record it for a short.
It would have been good, but then it looks like that if they didn't see, if they would have
Fake.
saw that, no, if the cops had seen, like, what are you doing here? All right, you're just coming with like.
You're just coming with us.
Yeah, they were just coming with us, but they were cool about that. So to me, that was another part of discipline. There's I can give tons of different stories, but I've told some on my own podcast and go listen to those episodes. You want to hear some more of those personal stories. Some may involve shit. Some may not involve shit.
Hopefully they do. I mean,
all right, let's wrap up. Let's wrap up with this last thing real quick. What's a superpower? If either of you could think of one, it's kind of a hard, weird question, but I would like to ask this question about stuff like things that discipline means a lot to us. It's our foundation. What is a superpower that your discipline has led you to have, or that you've gained from this discipline?
I'll go first. So for me, it's reading. So when I was younger, when I was little, I did not like reading. And as I kept doing it, as I was like consistently reading, I grew to like it because I was disciplined to keep doing it even though I didn't want to, and now I like it. And it's like
you're that same attitude with working out. Look at that, and bam, same
exactly.
thing. And look, now we do homeschooling. I know we don't call homeschooling, but for here we do, so people know what we're talking
homeschooling.
about. So now we do homeschooling. Reading on your own a lot of times is a huge part of homeschooling. Like reading is huge. Reading books. I'm addicted to reading. So now that you need to do that, it's like a
breeze.
It's a superpower.
It makes you happy that you get to read.
Like that's your part of your schooling days. You get to just pick any book you want on whatever kind of topics and categories you want, and you get to go read and dive into it. Like that's a superpower to enjoy. You're basically enjoying school. Like it's not, if you call it that.
And actually, speaking of books, after this series, the next episode is going to be actually about books. So just quick heads up.
All right, what's your superpower?
My superpower.
Spoiler alert.
My superpower, I believe that all discipline, like its foundation, can be from working out. And that's how I got discipline in almost every single other area of my life, emotionally, mentally, physically, faithfully. Because I started working out once I could walk. And just since then, it's just been like just the foundation, and then everything just kind of built on from that. So that's just working out kind of has made it my superpower. Just working out for years and years has just led to discipline.
And almost like it's suffering. I didn't even say it, but it's almost not suffering, but like you were a kid, you were brought into a gym from the day you were born. And Midge, you were like, didn't really want to read, and you were like you were forced to read. It's like you hated having to do it. It's almost like taking that thing that you didn't like, that suffering, and learning how to flip the switch on it and turn it into a superpower. It's kind of what you're both.
That's why suffering is good. That's why doing hard things.
And that was one of those previous episodes we just had, like 2 episodes ago, I think.
If you haven't
suffer.
If you haven't watched it, go back and watch it. No, we did not torture kids. We just told them to suffer.
And so that's like one of mine. As a kid, I was like, this conversation we're having is a longer conversation that I ever had in my entire life with my father. This conversation right here, actually longer than any, because there was no conversation. So us hanging out and going to play in a little bit or whatever we're going to go do is more time of hanging out than I did with my father. So when I was a kid, I was just a ghost, just alone in my room for hours and hours at a time, doing nothing by myself.
Actually, speaking of that, I think I have that same like genetic from you, because I am totally fine being alone. Because sometimes just being alone is just like
most people can't handle that.
Beneficial for yourself.
Most people can't handle that.
I can tell.
That's like a superpower of mine. So like when you guys are going to Poland for like a couple of weeks, coming up in a couple of weeks, of course, I'll miss you guys, and I like it better when you're here. But knowing that you're going there, I know I have this superpower that I'll be able to dive so deep into like work and reading and my own personal development, my own workout. Like I don't have to worry about anything. I could be alone in a hotel room and start a freaking business from scratch, being alone rather than going out and having to go to dinners and drink and alcohol and all this other crap that people do. Like that turned into a superpower. So luckily, thank God I was neglected and left alone as a kid, because it allows me to function as an adult with a superpower of being. I
actually have a question for you. So, since you were a kid and your parents didn't really pay attention to you,
my mother did. I'm talking about specifically my father. My mother did.
Oh. Well, why did you go to school if they didn't really care about what you did?
That's what you did. Everyone, and I didn't. Once I got older, once I got a license, I was dipping out of school every day. Are you kidding? I had a 1988 Ford Mustang the last couple of years of high school. I was never there.
Is that the one that you totaled? Or?
Yeah, I was if I had a way out of getting out of school, like is a prison. You couldn't, like, there was no way out of it. Like the homeschooling, it probably existed, but there was who's going to homeschool me?
Like Amish people probably do homeschool.
That's what you thought of back then.
What kind of people?
Amish. They don't have like electricity.
Yeah.
There's a city. There's a town. You can go and go in their towns in Pennsylvania. I did it like years and years ago when I was like a teenager. Went there and just to see it. It's like all dirt roads. They have horses and buggies still, and no electricity. Just fire burning stoves. No heat, electricity in their house. They live like that. There's still whole communities like that. Yeah, I don't know how much it is now. That was like over 20 something years ago, but yeah, I'm pretty sure they're still there.
Wow.
All right, so discipline equals freedom. Discipline equals shopping. Discipline literally equals freedom, keeping you out of jail. It is our foundation. Like discipline is the foundation of the freak foundation of everything we do. It leads to all the success we have. It leads to the fun we have, and it leads to the shit that we buy because we have the discipline leads to the money and the shopping somehow. But
okay, so you know how after the 70 things you kids want to know about you series, we said we'd be doing the question of the week. We haven't done one since, so can we please do one right before we wrap up?
If we were not late into this show.
Also, can we do one quick joke before we sign off here and we are finished?
All right, you can do it while I'm dipping out and going to set up
wait, but then they can't hear you.
All right, go. What do we got? Quick.
All right. What has keys but can't open locks?
What has keys? Keys. Car keys can't open locks. Keys. Car keys. Give me a hint. I feel like I can do this one. I'm just not.
I'm pretty sure you can.
Give me a hint.
Tyson loves it.
Okay, I don't say loves it, but I've done it before. Many times.
And he never learns anything more.
I do. I learned a lot.
You learned a lot, but you don't learn anymore.
Play piano.
Ding, 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 piano.
I get a half a point.
Half a point. 1.5 out of 3.
50%.
50%.
All right, what's your quick question? Go your quick question.
What did you have as a child? What did you have as a kid that kids today don't have? Fun. Just kidding.
Jeez, that was harsh. Yeah, that's. What? Say the question again.
What did you have as a kid that kids today don't?
So something I had that kids don't have now. Probably freedom. Like more freedom. Like I would wander off into the woods by myself.
I've always wanted to do that.
Take a bike and just go wherever I want to go. You call it freedom or just no one paying attention to you, but we'd go. There'd be kids going off on their own all over the place. I don't know if there was less sickos and freaks out there or whatever, and less white vans, or it's just the internet created it or caused it.
I don't know how I said that, like how the internet really did it and stuff, but I think that it just more people just became wackos because the kidnapping industry and the child trafficking industry is bigger than the drug industry today.
That's nuts. That's crazy. So yeah, probably freedom, because actually have that other kids didn't have, like physically have nothing, but it was freedom. Like kids in general could just go. We would just go do whatever we wanted to do.
There wasn't any like video game or anything that was around back then that today we don't have.
I bet you probably stealing back then was probably way easier too.
Oh, I was good at that. Yeah, because there's no cameras, there were cameras that are so crappy and they couldn't see certain areas. But I would say just the freedom, just to go wander off on your own. Kids, I don't even know how young, just by myself, like miles from home, like on a bike. Sometimes not usually on a bike, but just miles sometimes.
Did you ever sleep away from home because you're so far away?
No, like the Sheraton Hotel by my mother's house. I would take bikes there and go play in that elevator. That's pretty far on a bike.
Yeah, it's like a mile.
We went there once that's in car a mile and a half, but you can't go on the highways and all this other. We went on foot one time through the woods along the riverbed to find that place because we never knew what that was. It looked like it was like a spaceship. It's such a weird, awkward shaped building. It looks like nothing else in the area, but probably I say that the freedom, probably because they were either less freaks or whatever. But yeah, and you didn't hear about you didn't hear about kidnappings. If you did, it was like a rare, like, oh my God, now it's like all the time shit like that happens. But that's probably was the one thing I'd say I had.
One time we were on a trip in Texas. We were at a hotel, and every day, like almost twice every single day that we were at that hotel, once or twice every single day.
Amber alerts, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, saying somebody kidnapped. All right. This has been an episode of Discipline, another episode of Breaking the Cycle, the first part of Decaf. Take them home.
Yes, this is the first episode of the Decaf series.
So make sure you smash the subscribe button, click the notifications bell so you never miss out on any videos. And if you like this episode, which you definitely did, click the like button.
Click the like button, comment, share, follow. Just do all that. And we'll see you in the next episode on part 2 of the Decaf series.
No excuses.
No excuses.
So let me break it all down for you. I ain't never giving up, I ain't never giving up. I'm taking that crown from you. I ain't worried about you, so let me break it all down for you. I ain't never giving up, I ain't never giving up. I'm taking that crown from you. I ain't worried